The Pontiac GTO, the godfather of muscle cars. The Pontiac GTO is often called the car that started it all. The machine that took the quiet, practical image of the American family car and turned it into a fire-breathing street legend. Its story begins in 1964 when a small group of rebellious engineers at Pontiac decided to do something bold. Led by John DeLorean, they slipped a high-performance 389 cubic inch V8 into the modest Tempest chassis, added dual exhausts, stiffer suspension, and a name inspired by European racing, Gran Turismo Omologato, GTO. The result was explosive. Pontiac didn't just release a new car, they sparked the entire muscle car era. The GTO hit the streets with a swagger no one saw coming. It was fast, loud, and young. A perfect match for a generation ready to break rules and chase excitement. Sales skyrocketed. By 1966, the GTO had become a standalone model, complete with its split grille, Coke bottle curves, and aggressive stance that made it one of the most recognizable shapes on the road. The car kept evolving through the late 60s, each year adding more power, more attitude, and more presence. But the year that still echoes through car culture is 1969, when Pontiac introduced its most iconic version, the Judge. Bright colors, wild striping, a rear spoiler, and a ram air engine that transformed the already powerful GTO into a true street weapon. The Judge wasn't just a car, it was a statement, loud, flamboyant, and impossible to ignore. Even at a glance, you knew it meant business. The early 1970s brought bigger engines and more refinement, with the 1970 GTO offering the legendary 455 HO, a torque monster that could light up the tires on command. But tightening emissions rules and rising insurance costs eventually brought the era to a close. By 1974, the original GTO story had wound down, but its legend only grew. And of course, there are fun facts. The GTO was originally a secret project, green-lit by bending GM's internal rules on engine size. Its name came from Ferrari's 250 GTO, giving it an exotic, rebellious flair. The car became so culturally famous that it inspired songs, posters, model kits, drag racing heroes, and an entire generation of automotive obsession. And the famous hood scoops, not just for looks, on higher performance models, they fed cold air straight into the carburetor, waking up the engine at full throttle. Today, the Pontiac GTO remains one of the most beloved muscle cars ever built, the spark that ignited Detroit's horsepower war. When you hear one rumble to life or see one rolling down the boulevard, you're not just looking at a car, you're looking at the birth of American muscle, loud, fearless, and absolutely unforgettable.